everybody, welcome back to the Design Make Play show. It is your favorite co-host, or maybe not, Omar, back again to interview a friend of mine, Jonas Lopez. Now, Jonas Lopez is a designer, marketer, and overall good human being. He is a big part of our team here and responsible for putting together a lot of the programs along with our engineering team, communications team, and so on. So, Jonas, want to tell us a little bit more about yourself?
Sure. Thanks, Omar. I'm really excited to be part of today's show. As Omar previously mentioned, I'm a designer and marketer here at Zen Maker Lab, and so far the experience here has been really great. I'm originally from Venezuela, and I came here 7 years ago, looking into different ways to improve my English and into expand my professional life. And so far, I'm really happy and excited to see where I am right now.
Awesome. So, Jonas, prior to this job, you were the acting president of the Capilano University Marketing Association, correct?
That's correct.
All right, so now tell us a little bit about that experience as well as how it might have impacted you as a human being and a professional.
Sure. I would say that it was definitely a great experience. Not only because it was a great way of stepping outside of my comfort zone, but because I learned and I got so many skills that are applicable to everywhere, like to my personal life, to my professional life. So it was great. A really good example is teamwork, which is something that it is so important no matter what level you're in. If you're a kid, if you're an adult, no matter how old you are, where you're working, if you're studying, teamwork is always something so important that you realize when you're really putting the effort towards a common goal with people that you're working with. Mm-hmm. So I would say that that's one of the biggest skills that I was able to not only improve but to see the value of when I was volunteering in the association, especially being surrounded by students who were basically not getting paid to do work, but in exchange they were getting all of this great experience and exposure to the local community.
Mm-hmm. So how you talk about teamwork, and I'm sure the leadership ties into that, trusting your teammates, instilling confidence in them, letting them know that you trust them to help carry out and bring a project together. Just a little more specifically, how have some of those skills you cultivated translated to the professional world now that you are, well, a huge part of our team here at Zen Maker Lab?
Definitely. I would say that it has translated in the way of being able to achieve projects in a very short period of time, being able to collaborate and also have fun in the meantime. Because I believe that when you're working, it doesn't necessarily have to be a routine. It can also be something that you can enjoy, be yourself. Of course, work hard, but also enjoy the process.
Mm-hmm. So what's your favorite part about working here? I believe you started here not too long before I did. So what about this company? It's a pretty interesting company, at least in my point of view. We do a lot of cool things here. What's your favorite part of working here at Zen Maker Lab?
I would say that being a little bit more general, I really enjoy working here because of the goal of the company, which is overall offering quality education for kids and for anyone pretty much being interested in the areas of STEAM and STEM. And I think that's so important, especially as we move towards a future that requires people to be very knowledgeable about technology and having different skills, which is so important, especially to develop those skills since you start being very young.
Mm-hmm. Now we work a lot of hours here at Zen Maker Lab, and well, we do this because we want to make things happen. We really care about what we do. Do you ever feel burnt out? And if so, what are some of the things you do to compensate for that?
For sure. I would say as in any other work environment, sometimes you feel a little bit tired, but at the end of the day, I sit down and then take at least 5 minutes to take a deep breath and try to understand, feel grounded, and know that, try to think again about the overall goal of the company, as well as, sometimes have a little bit a chat with my coworkers, with anyone here, about something totally not related to work, just to refresh your mind. And I feel that that's not only applicable at work, but even if you're at home, if you're feeling a little bit stressed, it's so important to sometimes just take a deep breath and feel grounded, and have your space, and just reflect, and just try to see the bright side of things. Yeah.
Perfect. Now, going back to your work with the Marketing Association, or more generally, some of the groups that universities have. Like, I recently interviewed somebody from Enactus. You're from the Marketing Association. There's an International Business Association. There's so many different clubs you can join. How would you say, there's the academic aspect of university, and then there's the networking aspect and the professional skills you can build within these associations. To students who are still in school, maybe thinking about joining external organizations, what are some of the benefits and recommendations? How important do you think it is to attend these events, to meet these people who genuinely care about what they do? How do you think that impacts their future and their overall well-being?
For sure, that's actually so important right now. I'm really glad that you asked that question, because as I previously mentioned, it doesn't matter if you're in elementary school, in high school, university, or even at your workplace. It's always so important to have something besides your work, besides your studies, where you can really try to have an impact on the community. It doesn't necessarily have to be something big. It can be something small, like volunteering. For instance, with the North Shore cleanup, I did a lot of volunteering in that area as well when I was in the university.
Me too.
When I was in high school, I also volunteered in senior homes, and listening to these really great stories from these seniors at the senior homes was something really, really interesting to see, and then overall it helped me out to build up a little bit of general knowledge about life itself. And I think that's so important when you're growing up, because it helps you see the world a little bit better. It helps you understand things a little bit better. So I think that volunteering and dedicating some extra time besides your everyday routine, your studies, your work, it's very, very important.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, my experience at university, I was still a student. I'm a third year business student. But one thing I've realized that beyond the academic endeavors that I've undertook, and beyond all the things I've learned, getting out of your comfort zone. Sometimes you get pushed way beyond your comfort zone, and I think that's the whole point of it. You don't grow within your comfort zone. It's the people you meet. The people you meet really helps open your mind, and really helps. It just helps in a lot of ways, to be honest.
Totally.
I mean, I'll be able to articulate it as well as I want right now, but I'm sure viewers will understand what I'm trying to say.
Definitely.
Looking forward, where do you see this company going? Where do you see some of the programs that we do? Like, what are some of the programs that you think our viewers can really benefit from? Parents, teachers, students, all the above.
For sure. I would say the first thing for sure is this show. I think it's a really great resource that is out there for everybody, no matter if they're at home, at school. I think I've seen many different segments, and I can say that I have learned so much from this show. So it's definitely something that I would say it's amazing. As well as our drop-in classes where kids can learn coding, 3D design, robotics, which will prepare them for the future. And it's something that I really wish I would have done when I was younger. Mm-hmm. But it's never too late. I think I one day eventually I'll get to learn some coding. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The IoT Internet of Things course actually looks really interesting too. I feel like I want to look at some of the resources myself, and like I said, I'm a third year university student.
Yeah.
And the physical literacy aspect of this too. I love how we incorporate physical literacy, because that's a huge part of being a healthy, active citizen, and that's really our mission, to
for sure
cultivate the next generation of healthy, active citizens. any last words? We're almost out of time. Any last words before we
Sure.
conclude?
I would say, my best advice to kids out there is don't be afraid of going outside of your comfort zone, like Omar mentioned it before. It's always really good to try and learn new things and just become the best version of yourself.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Don't compare yourself to others. Just only compete with yourself. Be better than you were yesterday. 1% better. And
Perfect.
yeah, so thank you for joining us.
No
and
problem.
to all our viewers, we hope you enjoyed today's segment of the Design Make Play show. We hope you enjoyed our interview. We hope you enjoyed our engineering tribute and all of the above. So thank you so much.
Thank you.